Another related development. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammad Mustafa called on the international community to take immediate action to end Israel's starvation campaign in the Gaza Strip, warning that famine is putting hundreds of children and civilians at imminent risk. Speaking in Ramallah alongside UN agency officials, here's what he said.
تواصل إسرائيل استخدام التجويع كسلاح حرب، بما في ذلك قتل أكثر من 995 فلسطيني من منتظري المساعدات من مصائد الموت التي نصبوها. وكما حذر المسؤول الأممي توم فليتشر، يجب ألا يقابل الجوع بالرصاص. Without immediate large-scale humanitarian access, Gaza risks a catastrophic descent into famine, chaos, and further mass loss of life.
He further stressed that Israel was legally obligated under international law to ensure access to food, medicine and essentials, a responsibility he said was being systemically violated. Mustafa urged world governments to pressure Israel to fully open Gaza's crossings for unrestricted humanitarian delivery, including food, medicine and fuel. According to Gaza's health ministry, 86 people, including 76 children, have died from hunger and dehydration since October of 2023. Mustafa called for immediate intervention to prevent further atrocities. We're once again joined by Major General G. Major General, this statement comes as we've seen this statement from 27 countries saying that they will go further if this war in Gaza doesn't come to an end. Is that too late for the region? Are international communities doing enough? And we're talking about some of Israel's closest allies here in the West, in Europe, and even in North America and Australia. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, but again, Thomas, a very relevant question you have. In response, I would say better late than never. You see, for you and me or anybody who doesn't know the real problem which is threatening the existence of Israel would think the same way. Israel also has got a counter response and counter interpretation to everything. We may not be able to match their level of understanding and interpretation. But I personally feel, being a student again of geopolitics, having monitoring all the activities, almost everything in the Middle East, I think the timeline has been crossed by Israel. It's about time to put a stop to all these conflict, kinetic kind of component of the warfare and bring diplomacy and dialogue to the table and look at things with compassion. Perhaps to my mind, what kinetic component cannot give, his basic aim is to get the hostages back. If hostages have to be taken back, you need not resort to mindless kind of mayhem against the populace which doesn't have food, it doesn't have fuel, doesn't have medicine, doesn't have clothes, and they're dying. I saw a couple of pictorials as also a tinker in your channel, which says the weaponizing the hunger. This is a beautiful term that the channel has chosen. You have actually weaponized the hunger in such a manner that it has never been witnessed. In the worst of situation in Second World War, the hunger was never weaponized. And let Israel not go down the times of history and the legacy of the world order to be remembered as weaponization of hunger is being one of the weapons which is being used by Israel against the innocent civilians. It is never done. The timeline is gone far, far long back. It's about time that he puts some logic into his action and carry out some meaningful, substantive, maybe out of the box kind of negotiation stance to get his hostages back from the Hamas. Back to you, Thomas.
Yes, Major General, do stay with us. For our next story, we stay in West Asia, where in southern Syria,